I'm 34. I'm halfway through my life and I have a 4-year degree. Got 4 kids. 2 different women. I know. I don't know what I was thinking, but look, this is what I do know. I know that I've lived half my life, and I've only accomplished 10% of what I could have accomplished had I gave it 100 the whole time. Where are you at in life? What are you giving to yourself? You give your job 110%. You give your family 110%. You give your church 110%. Okay, maybe some of you only give your church 10%. That's okay. That's all the Lord requires. But what are you giving yourself? Spent years doing for others, sacrificing, even to the point of forcing my family to sacrifice for the benefit of other people. And I never sat back, and I actually just sat back and looked at myself and said, dog, what am I doing for me? And it's crazy because most of the time, if you fall, the people who have been supporting, the people who have been looking to you to be supportive, they fall too. So all those people I'm giving 110% to and leaving myself with nothing, when I die, their lives are in shambles. Why? Because I didn't prep them for the loss. I didn't prep them for the loss of such a great influence in their lives. So I tell myself my goal is to make sure that everybody that knows me, everybody that believes that I am that key to their success, do whatever it takes to not just excel and succeeding, but to become extraordinary in everything you do. And they say, what do you mean? What do you mean extraordinary and everything? I need you to put extra on your ordinary. If this is what you ordinarily do, do extra. It's okay to be extra. And when people say you're doing too much, say I'm not doing enough. I need to do more. Because time is a value. I made a dedication to myself that every year I try to give my kids watches. Why are you buying your kids watches? Why? Children want PlayStations and Xboxes and iPhones and God knows what's coming out next, but they want it. Why are you getting them watches? And they've got watches on their phones now. The phones are connected to the watches. Why are you giving them these old watches with dials that you have to look at the number? Because I want you to pay attention to time. This time is valuable. Sure, I can pull my phone out and look at it and I see, oh, well, it's 11:33 now. But when I look at my watch, I gotta discern, I've got to actually dissect what I'm looking at. And I'm paying more attention to time. Because so many of us waste time. What do you value in life? And how are you using your time to get to that point? To where it's no longer acceptable for me to waste these precious moments that I have to make my dreams a reality, to accomplish the destiny I've set for myself. My every advance is towards the future, and fear is out the window. I am no longer afraid of being successful. And most of you are afraid of being successful. It's a fear that grips us. We have to overcome that fear and challenge ourselves to do what we were afraid to do in the first place, and that's be successful. told my mom we would break this generational curse on our family. We were homeless and we were on the streets of Atlanta, and she was drunk, and I was trying to get drunk one of these days because I felt like that's what my family does. And I asked her one day, I said, Mom, do we have a curse on our family or something? And she was like, what do you mean? And because we struggled in everything. There was no money, no food, no house, no nothing. We struggled. When we did get something, it was gone. It was taken from us somehow or another. And I said, something's got to be wrong with either our lives or either what we're doing in our lives. And I decided that day, when I spoke that into the atmosphere, when I spoke that into the universe, I decided then that I was going to act on it. I've got to be that catalyst for my family that breaks the barriers. And so I said, Mom, I'm going to break that generational curse on our family. She looked in her little boy's eyes and she couldn't believe what she was hearing, but something inside of her just said, maybe he's telling the real. Maybe there's something he sees that I don't, and you can't look at your children and not see something inside of them. You've got to understand they see something inside of you too. But look at them and see what's inside of them, because she looked at me and she saw you are a blessed child. And now she's no longer on crack cocaine, and she actually owns her own business, which we now are passing down through our family. This is the burden of success, to push yourself past the limit and never be comfortable in uncomfortability, but get comfortable being uncomfortable and never be uncomfortable in comfort. But the burden of success is to never get comfortable and always be comfortable in uncomfortability. I get comfortable when I'm challenged because I know that every challenge that's coming up against me, I can break that barrier, and you can too. So challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to go above. Challenge yourself to go beyond. Challenge yourself to not be that statistic, to not be that statistic, to be who you destined yourself to be, and that's greater. I thank you for taking time to listen. And I hope each of you, I speak this into the atmosphere, everybody that hears my voice shall be prosperous, and you shall have that you want. Nothing shall stop you, because now you know your worth. You value your time. I salute you.